Hey, looky here. There's the Ice Age TV adventure. So there's the tree. How the heck that person got way off the road over there? I mean, good Lord, there's part of the car's bumper. I mean, this makes no sense how that person was that far off the road. You know, if you're watching my YouTube channel, hey, it's Ice Age TV, guy that talks a lot. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so if you watched my YouTube channel yesterday morning, you know the story about the person showing up at my house at 10:30 at night, and it was just a total mystery, like the glasses. Just a total mystery on, this person, this young girl's mother crashed the car, but yet at the end of the day, I come to realize there's 5 people. The husband, wife, her brother, and some other lady. So there's 5 people in the car, and nobody had a cell phone. So part of me wonders, was the woman drunk? Was she intoxicated? Was she drugged up? I mean, the young lady that came to my front door, she wasn't mentally stable. Sadly, she had challenges. Because when her brother came up and this other woman came up, you could just tell that it wasn't the dire circumstances that this young lady presented to me when she first knocked on my door, crying hysterically. And, so you got to wonder, did the family, she escaped the car and the family really didn't want, I have no idea. But does this make any sense to us, to use an individual in today's world, that I would guess the couple was probably, maybe a little younger than my age. I don't think it'd be radical. I have no idea. But at the same time, sincerely, nobody has a cell phone in their car? I don't know. So, part of me says they didn't want the police to come there because you know as well as I do, if you crash your car and then the police show up and the ambulance shows up, and then, you go for the sobriety check, there it is. It gets into a very bad night for yourself. So I don't know. I have no idea. But there's the witness. There's the thing. Yesterday I came back in. I didn't even, I went out a different way to leave my property yesterday. And so when I came back in late yesterday, I was like, oh, there it is. There's a broken tree, which, yeah, there's another project for me, right? Yeah, I got to get down to my property and use my John Deere. But, yeah, so what am I doing now? Well, actually, the other day, it's just too much information. I'm at the age of my life where I'm not embellishing. There's just so much going on with me in my life and my business and my family and blah, 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 and YouTube channel and blah, 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 that if I don't write it down, it's just, gone. So the other day I was driving going up a hill, so my ears are all clogged up. So if you see me doing that, it's trying to unpop my ears. So I'm not getting to be a retard yet. Yet, right? I said yet. Don't get too critical now, right? Don't get personal out there. So anyways, I was riding around in my brand new zero-turn diesel I bought this past May, and I noticed that the radiator coolant overflow tank is a borderline empty. I'm thinking, what the heck? It just doesn't end. So right now I'm driving over to the dealer to get antifreeze, coolant for that unit. And I just have learned, as you get older in life, ask before you do things. I mean, I preach that in my business. For anybody that works for me, is before you do something and you're not sure, just ask. Just ask. Here's up here. It's on the market. It's 100 acres. I've talked about it before, and here it is. It's for sale for $2 million or something. What's the goal there? The goal is to probably make it look like what looks across the street, and that is to put houses up. When I moved here, there was nothing. When I moved here in '91, all country. So anyway, so the whole point is, what you learn in life is just ask before you do something if you're not real sure. And even if you're not real sure, it doesn't hurt to ask again. Everybody knows, if you're of my age in life, and those younger ones watching, you learn the hard way. Why didn't I just ask? You'd be amazed. Sometimes I think these people get themselves into dire straits circumstances and do stupid things. And sometimes I think there are such good people out there. You see these kids go into a C-store and go rob a guy for a piece of candy, and the guy gets shot or the kid gets killed. I just think, oh my gosh, sincerely, if that kid just asked for money, what if he just would have asked somebody for some money? I mean, on the street, panhandling is massive. I mean, it's massive. You just think, Jesus Christ, why didn't you just ask somebody for some extra money somewhere just to make a story up? And go into the C-store and give the guy some money for the thing you want to steal from him instead of being shot, murdered, go to jail, prison. It's just, the way us humans operate. And I'm not here promoting people to start begging, but at the same time, what if you just ask? Just ask. Yeah. Isn't that, something that seems more than ever in our society is, just do really bad things instead of asking. And you hear the really bad stories. Somebody goes and does something bad to somebody's house or somebody's car, and this is classic. You'll hear the story of the person went to the wrong house, the person went to the wrong car, or you hear about somebody being shot and killed. Even the police have done it. It's full realm. Yeah, just ask before you do, right? Is that the message of the morning? Ask before you do something. Yeah, I think that would be smart. Yeah, just like, the lady that came to my front door, it was just a really weird night. But you heard the story of how that all played out, right? So the weather, I mean, it definitely, we are on the cusp of you watching my videos. How these trees will get to be yellow and red and brown, and then eventually be watching videos of me where the trees are barren and I'm all bundled up, have my scarf on or my ascot or whatever the hell you call that damn thing. I get people that make fun of me that wear that thing around my neck. But I tell you what I've learned up north, I mean, I have barely hair, is wearing a hat, huge on keeping your head warm. And then wearing that, I guess the ascot, is that what they call the thing? I don't even know what they call the thing. I think it's called a buff. To me, it's called a buff, a B-U-F-F, where like motorcyclists use them. But what I've noticed is if I wear a thing around my neck, it's like a insulator to the air that gets down into your chest and your body, and it just keeps your body that much warmer. And as you get older in life, the cold just really gets you. That's what I notice up here in North, is as I get older in life, these really cold winters, man, it really gets into your bone and it gets into your heart. I mean, on really, really cold days, if you're doing strenuous activity, you really feel in your heart, that extreme cold weather. That's why, no way would I go any further north. I mean, some people, I've met people of my age and older, and they just love that cold weather. That just doesn't bug them. For me, it does bug me. So is this guy here getting ready to build another house? Somebody getting ready to build a house up there on the hill. I don't know. This is all the back. Guy here is out in the road, and I'll make it all work. And yeah, so as you watch my, the change of seasons here up north, as it is most of the part of the country, as in other parts of the world, I guess they're going from winter to spring. Is that accurate? Is Australia coming out of the colder months into the spring months? I mean, how about that? I'm not the geographical guys fixated on that, but yeah, whatever. Other parts of the country, it's a split of the equator, all that terminology, technology. Yeah, what the heck is the channel about now? Well, not really. I don't think a lot, right? I just figured I'd share with you that tree that went down, to just share with you that watched my channel, that lady really did run into a tree. And how she did that, when I come back in, I'll have to show a little better view and driving down the road. And if I remember, I'll probably forget. That's what I tell you. It's like forget. Oh yeah, so I called my Dodge dealer about ordering a red-eye Charger Hellcat wide body, and about the Hurricane motor availability for that Grand Wagoneer. And so the sales guy doesn't know. He has to wait for the inventory ordering specialist manager to come in tomorrow to get me an idea. For me, here's the ball game. If I could order a red-eye, wide-body Charger Hellcat, and, you know, and they just want a little, I mean, I don't even think they're going to want any money down. They know who I am, and there's nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose. They gain if I walk away from the deal. So for me, why not just order that? I mean, people have said that to me too. Is why don't you just order these cars? I mean, like, I should have ordered more F-150 Lightnings. Yeah, well, that's easier said than done, as most people know. And don't be a hog. But you know what's really interesting is talking about this morning, my first video was, you know, Ford having all those vehicles that aren't going to be, you know, finalized, that they're going to be sitting in lots for maybe months and months, which that's not good. The rodents can move in. I mean, you got to, for Ford, they got a huge liability of vehicles sitting outside that haven't been completed because of theft, vandalism, rodents, storms, hailstorms, you know. Lots of things can go wrong for them when they build these cars and park them out in the middle of a parking lot and sit there for a few months. But what I'm radiating back to you is I was supposed to get special preference on my second F-150 Lightning order, and that was in June. So in June, I was moved up to priority ordering. Right now, here it is, late September. No, now it's a 2023 truck, which I don't mind that because suppose I'm getting the 22 prices, so I just think I got that much more money out of the truck should I want to sell it. But if anything, I would have to honestly say now that the odds are it's part of the fiasco of the semiconductor chip shortage. You know what I mean? It's just life. There's just such a semiconductor shortage, and they're supposedly going to start building more manufacturing facilities here in this country to try to escape this from the future being a problem. But I just think it's going to be classic, where it's going to go from, you know, the semiconductor business can't build chips fast enough to a few years down the road, they have such an oversupply, they can't get rid of this stuff. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, speculation, yeah, whatever. But anyways, that Ford F-150 that here's a deer out here. I mean, there's just so many deer. It's just bad. I mean, it's really bad. I mean, I'm sorry. I am not a hunter. I'm not into the deer need to be thinned out. Up in this area, it is bad. It is such a liability to people going on the road. They carry Lyme disease. They eat up all your plants. They run across the road and do damage to your cars. The list goes on and on and on. But all the Bambi lovers will be like, no, you can't kill them. You can't kill them. Oh, sorry. They need to be thinned out. It's not good. They carry diseases. People don't understand this stuff. It's like, let's get the pet alligator. You've seen that. You've seen that, right? That's the pet alligator. Let's get the pet bear. You know, has anybody seen those? You remember the grizzly guy years ago up there in Alaska that used to like sleep with his bear? How did that all play out? Yeah, that guy was mauled. Yeah, that bear loved him so much he ate him. Yeah. I mean, it's just incredible. And how people operate, I don't get it. Literally, he's running the red light. They're just running the red light. They don't care. They don't care. That guy there is like, I don't care. It's the I don't care attitude. Is that more prevalent ever? Apparently it is. Through the roof. Maybe he's watching that. So anyway, so back to why I started videoing again. I don't know. Why the hell did I start videoing again? I guess I just like to talk, right? So just wanted to follow up on the tree being down. Then I wanted to follow up on the F1. Now this guy's was in an emergency situation to cut in front of me. But look now, look. He's not even doing the speed limit. You know, so this is what just befuddles you and drives you nuts when you drive cars. They have to be in front of you, but then they just decided to go very slow. But they were anybody watch the channel anyways. So yeah, so the F-150 Lightning truck, now does it come in November, December? I really don't know. In all sincereness, I have no idea. It hasn't even gone into production. So, you know, it's September right now. So even if I'm under protection at the end of September, first part of October, at best it would be here late October. So who knows on that. And why do you want another F-150 Lightning truck? Yeah, I know. Why am I driving my Raptor? I know. I mean, for me, yeah, does it make any sense? Yeah, I just am not, I don't know. Yeah, that truck is so neat. I mean, it's so nice. But yet, I'm just not attached to it. That's why I try to emphasize to people. I have really nice cars, and I enjoy them, but am I attached to them? For the most part, I'm not. If I was, I'd never let them go. I wouldn't even have a YouTube channel. You know why? I'd still have the same damn cars I bought 10 years ago, like most people have, or 15 years ago, or 20, or like my brother who bought a Chevy Camaro Z28 in like 1981 or 82, and it's still sitting in his garage. Yeah, the opposites. My brother and I, totally opposite. Oh, I did call the transport guy that's bringing up the Maverick. Oh boy, it's not a big deal. I got a great rate on my car. I never did probably share that. I can't remember if I shared that story where the broker guy tried to get one over on me. And if it's redundant, sorry, but this is what happened. So this past Monday, I got a phone call from a transport company, and I negotiated a deal with the guys last week, and so basically this is how it played out. And if this is redundant, my apologies. But if you haven't heard the story, last week, I put a quote, I put out quote estimates for shipping that Maverick from Florida to Virginia, and a bunch of people responded, and this is just information to help you negotiate a better deal. So finally one company kind of, a few days go by, and I was getting anywhere from $450 to $1,000. So I told my dad this story, so I just can't remember if I told you guys this story. So anyways, so I finally was able to negotiate a deal with a guy. He quotes me $675, and believe it or not, I got him down to $530. And so, he took the deal. He took the deal for $530. And so, on Monday, that was like last Thursday, I think, I committed to that one company. So on Monday, if I'm correct, the gentleman calls me, texts me, and I call him. And yeah, it was Monday, because I remember where I was, what I was doing. It was Monday. So the gentleman then says, hey, we can't meet that $530 price. We can do it for $675. And I said, well, that wasn't the deal that we agreed to. And he said, well, I'm sorry, sir. I said, you know what? I am not in a hurry. It's not an emergency for a truck to get up here. And one of two things can happen. First thing that can happen is I can just cancel over with you and call somebody else that actually has a better deal than $675, which sincerely, I did have $600 range quotes from other companies. Or I can just leave it there, and when you find a guy that wants to haul it for the $530 agreed price, I'm no idiot. This is a broker guy. The broker guy is paying the trucking company $500 or $450 or whatever it is, and then they're getting their commission on top of the $675. He got that out of me versus $530 probably doesn't get him a very big commission. So I told the guy, I said, hey, look, just keep my truck in the system, and maybe you'll find a guy in the next week or two that wants to pick it up for that agreed price, and it's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. Or I can just cancel and go somewhere else. She's like, no, I like your idea. It wasn't 5 minutes later, I got a text. My delivery had been confirmed. They're going to go pick it up. Now, this is what's interesting. I'm only assuming this guy's going to still charge me $530. And that was the agreed price. But for right now, my understanding is it's going to be $530. But the whole point is, the guy, I think at the last second, tried to pull the wool over my eyes and tried to get the bigger number on it by making that claim and couldn't find anybody. All right, the adventures continue. I'm here now at the John Deere dealers here at the place, a lot of cars, so I'm going to go in and find out what's going on. Uh-oh. Now what the heck is going on? Geez, man, just stay out of the dealerships. Don't do it. As I hit the cars behind me. Yeah. Okay. So, oh my goodness. So get this. What's the odds of this? Now, nothing's happened. Does something happen here at the John Deere dealership? They're starting to get decent inventory on lawnmowers, tractors. Not radical, but some. Yeah, so what's that all mean? Yeah, that means here's a person so unfortunate. A person should have lights. That car's so blends in the road. I had to do a double take to see that car. Here's the John Deere dealership. And yeah, what I'm up to now? Yeah, do you want to know? Do you want to know? Oh my gosh. And I don't know. I mean, I'm just, yeah, I know. I hear anybody right now watch my channel going, so you just went to the John Deere dealer to get some antifreeze for your zero-turn mower, and now you're going to tell us that you're getting ready to buy something else? I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Okay. So, yes, I'm looking at something. We're going to evaluate the situation. Do I or don't I? I don't. So what you don't know about me is I'm constantly thinking about the future, right? Yeah. Yes, I'd be like, yeah, you're thinking about the future? How much money are you pissing away on cars and trucks and motorcycles? Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. Yeah, so what's the odds of this? So get this. So the Gator. I've always have wanted a Gator utility vehicle. Yeah, he's already a Gator. The Gator people out there, even though they're nothing like they used to be. You know, meaning the original Gators are something totally different from what the Gators are of today. And they're more competing against the Polaris SUV, the Honda, the Honda SUV, or not the SUV, the Honda, side by side. Not even, it's more utility vehicles, not even side by side. So the Gators are your all around property utility vehicle, and I've had a bunch. I mean, I've had so many Honda. I would say right now I've had at least, I would think, 3 Honda utility vehicles. And I had back in the day the Kubota RTV vehicle, which sadly I lost that back when I lost everything in 2008. Yeah, I had a beautiful Kubota diesel RTV. Great vehicle. It was just a great vehicle. But yeah, that went away. So then over the years, I bought the Honda. They had like the big red Honda or something utility vehicle. But then eventually, Honda went to the Pioneer side, more aggressive performance, and I've had a bunch of those. So conservative, I've had probably 4 utility vehicles over the last, I would say 15 years. And yeah, what happens, I get them, and then I don't do a lot with them, and then I sell them. But those vehicles there hold their value pretty good, so you don't really take a real big beating on them. But yeah, so here I go down to the John Deere dealership to get antifreeze. That was the mission, and it's Murphy's Law. Walk in the door is a beautiful Gator utility vehicle, and this is the story. And so if you follow my YouTube channel in great lengths, you'll kind of know the John Deere stories. Like I got a John Deere zero-turn mower this past May that I ordered November of last year. So John Deere is kind of the same predicament that everybody else is in, meaning that, it takes forever for you to get product, and it's hard to get product. So one of the products that's very challenging to get is their utility vehicle side, the Gators. So apparently, the John Deere dealer I work with is a conglomerate of like 7 or 8 other John Deere dealers. Unbeknownst to a lot of people, John Deere dealers had to get really big, or they were run out of town. Yes, I was in the industry back in 2008, 9, 10. John Deere took a whole different position, and they just told the small dealers, you're gonna have to get bigger, or you got to get out. And so that's why a lot of dealers sold out and became much bigger of a conglomerate. And so, and the reason I'm bringing this up is apparently another John Deere, same company, different location, had a Gator coming in for inventory, and apparently a church in this local area here where I live, which isn't uncommon. Churches buy utility vehicles for maintenance of the property. So the church actually wanted that unit that I'm looking at right now. And what the hell unit is it? Is it an 835M or VM or something? I was going to take a picture of it. I thought, for right now, let's just talk about it. And if I really get serious, you'll see the pictures and whatever else goes down. But anyways, so the church last week, apparently this unit, it's just, I talk about the car gods, or is it the freaking devil in the working, right? So apparently the church last week, there's always a story, right? I'm sure you watch my channel. There's always a story to the vehicles I buy. And that's where, most people are like, geez, yeah, whatever. Okay, well, if you're an individual in the market right now for a Gator utility vehicle of a certain style, you're going to find out very quickly that most dealers don't have them. They can't get them. It's the supply chain issue, we're told. So anyways, I'm thinking about here where I'm driving on the road and working too, where I've got to go. And if you're not careful, you're talking, you drive by your exit, and you're like, duh. So anyways, the church told the dealership, we want that incoming unit that's supposed to go for stock at another dealership. And so at the last minute, the order was then shipped to this dealership that I deal with. It's local, and was brought in specifically for the church. So other dealership gave up the order because it's just company policy. It wasn't a pre-sold order. So that unit was shipped to this dealership. So last week, the church came in, the individual came by to evaluate the vehicle, and that was apparently last Thursday or Friday of last week that they, looked at the vehicle. And so anyways, so apparently the church then had a group meeting, which kind of makes no sense. When you have a group meeting before you told a dealership to get an expensive utility vehicle, I mean, these things aren't cheap. You can go buy a car for the same price, used car, to buy one of these. It's a John Deere. Remember that? John Deere. I was never a John Deere guy most of my life because it's just too pricey, and I was a Kubota guy. Yeah, I was a Kubota guy, big time. I've owned a lot of Kubota tractors. So anyways, apparently Friday, the gentleman then starts pulling back on the purchase, and the salesman that I deal with at the dealership, you had to call him and email him and say, look, we need to know what you're going to make the decision as vehicle. This is a vehicle people want, and you either have to tell me you want it or you don't want it. I mean, I need to know. So this was Friday's conversation. Wasn't apparently till Tuesday morning. Apparently the church finally raised their hand and said, well, we're going to back out. We're going to wait it out. We're not going to buy it. And, why did they do that? Well, part of me says, well, I've been talking about it all morning long. I mean, the cash deals on things are coming. It's right around the corner. Yeah, why not me, right? So anyways, so this morning I go to the dealership, as you just witnessed, to get the antifreeze, never even thinking about getting a utility vehicle. Not even, sincerely. And I walk in the showroom and there's that utility vehicle. I'm like, wow, that's pretty damn nice. And it's really set up well, and it's the gas version versus the diesel version, and it's not all optioned out where it gets very, very expensive. If you get that unit with the doors and windows, it's all sealed, heating, air conditioning, radio, yes, plow, good Lord, you can be into serious numbers. So this is a pretty basic unit that's not too crazy. So for the heck of it, I said, you know what? What's the price of it? I don't know, maybe. And this is where people don't kind of understand me sometimes as I progress in life. So kind of for me, where I am right now, I've got a John Deere 4044R nice diesel tractor, and I got a 2025R backhoe setup tractor, and I got the zero-turn mowers. And kind of where I am at the age I'm at in life is I'm thinking to myself, I really do want to go move down south, and I do really want to find a decent, property down there to have some nice property and have some of my own space. I'm just not really wanting to be in the neighborhood where I have to abide by the laws of others. That's not who I am. If you watch my channel, I'd really like to have my freedom and my space. So for me, to find a good 10 acres, 20 acres of land down south, 30 acres, if the number is right in the environment, that's really kind of my goal. But what I think to myself is, right now, my John Deere 4044R that I bought years back, it right now is like one more payment, it's paid off. So that's a debt that now I own. Well, I've got a zero-turn mower that I financed years ago that I now own. Yeah, now I have another zero-turn mower that I financed, and I got a 2025R that I financed. But at the end of the day, as time progresses, I'm going to have those paid off. So my real goal is, I'm trying to kind of radiate back to people watch my channel and think, oh, Jesus Christ, this guy's buying another thing. Well, part of me says it'd be advantageous to kind of get my stuff all in order, so when I do go south and I do pick up property, I'm not like the typical guy, because I've been in that end of the business, selling lawn and garden equipment and other stuff. where the guy goes out and buys his newest, his new big piece of property, and then he's on the rude awakening of buying the equipment to maintain it, and all of a sudden you're like into a lot of money. I mean, sincerely, if you go out and buy a nice tractor for your property and some zero-turn mowers, utility vehicle, you're going to be at $100K figure of, buying stuff. So for me, right now, what I'm thinking as I progress is I'm buying stuff up and I'm paying stuff up over time. And by the time I get to that phase where I think I'm going to retire and move on, I kind of got stuff in order that I don't have to go and spend a lot more money for to have my property maintained and take care of it. And the other thing is, Jesus Christ, if this inflation thing continues, which I think it's going to be a timeout. I think that the reality is that, the continual craziness, I think, is coming to an end. I'm just getting my adaptive cruise on, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm getting my adaptive cruise set up on my truck. So, if you can, roads that are just swamped, right? Where is everybody? That's Microsoft, major manufacturing facility. I don't know what the hell they make, but look at all the diesel generators, massive. It's a Microsoft facility built right here. Another data center galore. Here's what I think is okay. If I commit to this, well, first of all, I just paid off. For one thing, I'm eliminating one note that I just paid off on my one unit. And do I buy this now, just to kind of for the what if future? But there is one thing about the John Deere product that is pretty good. I mean, it's not like you buy something and the value of it tanks, especially the Gators. The Gators, they hold their value pretty well. You're not going to get what you paid for it, but you're not going to take a beating on it. And like for me, I've got a John Deere 44R tractor that I bought like 4 years ago that I could get pretty much what I paid for it. Last year, I could have maybe even gotten a little bit more for it because they weren't even available. So for me as an individual, what I think about is, it's got value, it's assets. So yeah, is there gonna be another video here before long where I'm like, hey, looky here, look what I just got? And I've already told the gentleman at the John Deere dealer guy, really good guy, so I'm intrigued to look into this and see kind of what the numbers kind of play out to be. And I'm going to do some more research and kind of feel out the market. And just like yesterday, you saw me yesterday driving a cheap Grand Wagoneer, and I'm sure some people were thinking, here he goes, go buy one of those. Well, I did my research, and even yesterday, I was like, yeah, it's a nice vehicle, but am I going to buy that today? Yeah, I'm exploring my options. So yeah, is this another adventure? And oh my God, if I did this, I mean, I'm with anybody watching my channel. If I did this, is this number 22? Yeah, beyond believable. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm not even at 10 months. I'm still at 9 months. I don't know. So, once again, usually I go and do things behind the scenes, unbeknownst to most people what I'm doing. Now I have a YouTube channel. I share a lot of information, which, is that borderline dangerous? Yeah, to a degree. But you know what? Whatever. Not everybody watches my YouTube channel. Yeah, I get all that. Right. So anyways, oh my gosh. The adventures continue. Yikes. Let's call the popcorn and see what the popcorn's doing. Whoops. Wrong one. These buttons on these trucks are too much information, right? Let's see if my dad popcorn answers the phone. I'll play with him a little bit. He's usually taking my mom to the doctor. He's the chauffeur. So, surprised he's not answering the phone. Wow.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic...
Yeah, so he's not available. But he'll call back like any minute. Usually it happens, he doesn't see the phone call, and then he sees it, and then he calls me right back. So, he calls me back. But you know what? I just want to make sure everybody's kind of, listening to my ideas. The justification, right? Us as humans, right? We all operate, you have to kind of justify what you're going to do. Is that how we operate? Yeah, like me, well, you see, if I do that, then that justifies that. Uh-huh. Yeah, right. Oh, it's the toll road experience. And so, yeah, I mean, it's here. This is like the worst. This is called the Greenway in the Virginia area, and it's a really just a rip-off toll road. Why am I even going down it? They just deducted $525 out of my account. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens in this area. You ride these roads, you gotta pay these stupid-ass toll fees. But where's the gas money going? Where's all the electric... Where's their contributions to the roads? I mean, you think that through. I mean, I talked about this a while back. Think it through. For somebody like me as a business owner now, I've got an electric vehicle. If I put 2 of my electric vehicles on the road, conservative number, 300 miles in one day. Conservative number. Could be 400 or 500 miles, which is 300 miles. Well, if I'm buying gas and I have a vehicle that gets, let's just say, 20 miles to gallon, well, what's that? 15 gallons of gas? 15 gallons of gas times 50 cents on the gas tax of road taxes. So what's that, $7.50? So just for me, I'm skating $7.50 a day on road taxes and road infrastructure and whatever else money. Well, $7.50 times just 22 days a month, that's $150 a month just that I'm skating, paying into the government system. Why am I bringing this up? I've talked about it for years. As the electric vehicle market continues to grow, who's replacing the lost revenue? So here's the rude awakening for all the EV people, including myself. All right, so now at home you go, oh, I charge my car at home for 11 cents, and I blah blah blah. And I always spent $5 to, charge my car. Well, wait till you get the $5 surcharge bill. It's not radical, but that's where it's going. There's no doubt in my mind that where it's going, and really where it's really going, is since I can track your vehicle and everything you do today, you're just going to get a monthly subscription fee for driving the roads. Yeah, you think I'm making this stuff up? No doubt in my mind. So, the EV, people buying these EV vehicles that brag about not buying gas anymore, yeah, I get all that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not here to criticize them, but what I'm trying to emphasize through the message here is the days of riding around in EV vehicles thinking you're skating all this free stuff, it's not going to be. I mean, sadly, you're probably be spending $150 to $300 a month to drive around the roads. I mean, people be like, okay, well, I just went through a toll. That first toll you just saw, that was $7.50. I'm now going through the second toll at the end of this other toll road. 2 different entities, two different owners of these roads, and that's like $2.50. There's $10. There's $10 just in toll road fees. I haven't even included me going down around the Beltway and driving back home. So for me today, just in tolls, if I take the toll roads that I came up on, $20, not even including my mileage. So if this truck's saying 17.7, I was hitting about 18. I've gone down some because of where I've been driving. But, so you factor I do 150 miles today, divided by, let's just say 18 miles a gallon. What is that? Like 12 gallons of fuel? I mean, 10 gallons of fuel, 8 gallons of fuel. I'll just use that it's 8 gallons times 350, there's $30, $50 a day. Oh, here comes another call. It doesn't end, does it?
There's some Pioneer little 2-seater ones here, 500s that are available, but I don't have thousands that are here and available right now.
What's your expectation on the 1000s coming back available?
Well, depending on, were you thinking of like special edition one, or were you thinking of
I don't know.
Now they have the trick.
I don't know yet. I'm just feeling it out.
Yeah, I got about, on the special edition ones, I've got, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still got 9 deposits. On the regular 1000s, 5-seaters, I have 4 deposits. On 3-seaters, I have 0 deposits. So I have 13 total deposits on 1,000. But
Yeah. So right now,
come in.
yeah. So what are those, about 20? I mean, the 1,000 4-seaters, those about 20 grand now or so, or
Yeah.
yeah. So right now,
depending on which one you got.
yeah. So right now, you're saying probably late this year, early into next year is probably when availability kind of starts to happen.
Could be, yeah. But there are some that come in that nobody wants. You know, they might not want that collar. They might not want a base model. They might not want a deluxe. You know what I mean? It's like, and sometimes these deposits fall out too. You know, like they just change your mind. You know?
Yeah.
So.
But right now you don't have.
Tell for sure.
But right now you don't really have anything. You don't have anything, right?
Nah.
Okay. Well, I'm exploring my options. So no biggie, man. Everybody else doing okay? Is Jack doing okay? And the crew?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you kicking butt still?
Right, everybody. Yeah. Still number 1.
Yeah. Wow. Things are good.
Yep. Yes, they are. Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, well, I'll come by and see you here. Hopefully in the next few weeks or so, stop in and yickety yacky. I just been too damn busy, so but I just want to kind of feel you out, see what's going on over there, and that's all. No urgency to you.
I do have a 4-seater Talon available.
Yeah, I'm not really into I just, that isn't really my calling, if you know what I mean.
All right.
You get all that. So if I lived out in the backwoods and had more open property and stuff, yeah, but I just don't have that. And I just don't have the time. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You get it, man.
You only want new? Would you only want new?
Well, I mean, I'd always,
use them.
I always keep an open mind.
Let me see if I got any. I don't have any used ones here, but Cumberland had some.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did. They have a white one there. It's all loaded up with stuff, but it's got a deposit on it.
Yeah.
It says they have another one. I don't think it exists. A red 5-seater deluxe, a 21. Doesn't have a price, so that kind of makes me think that it don't really exist. I'd have to call and find out.
Yeah. Well, what would be your guess, even the price range?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, what we usually do with that is we'd sell it at the same MSRP, except it wouldn't have any freight or setup or none of the fees. You know what I mean?
I know. So what would be your guess? 22, 23, 21?
Somewhere around. Yeah, probably around there. 22 first part.
Yeah, okay.
It's a deluxe, so.
But is it a 4-seater or a 3-seater?
5-seater.
Yeah.
The 1,000s are 5-seaters and
Right.
3-seaters.
Right.
Does
it have a hard top on it and a front windshield?
That I don't know. They're accessories, but it's possible that a used one could have it.
Yeah.
So let me find out a little more about it, and then I can give you a shout back.
Yeah, sounds good. Give me a call back.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, the judge. We'll be talking.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Good to hear from you, Gary.
All right, see ya.
All right.
Yep.
See you. Bye.
Yep. Bye-bye. All right, well, so there you go. It's the same old story. It's all about the inventory. For me, I don't know. I just have had so many Honda utility vehicles. I just don't know if I really want another one. Kind of like my John Deere collection. And so what people don't understand about me is for the, it's the debt. It's all about the freaking debt. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. But it doesn't hurt for me. I like to weigh my options, explore, and see what makes sense or makes it, and it's not an urgency, but it's just something for me that I'm thinking about. And yeah, you know me, right? But in all fairness, I've gone a week now without buying anything, or have I? All right, my dad tried to call back, so let's see if we can get a hold of him now. Here are the popcorn adventures today. Does he answer?
Hello.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Gary.
What are you doing there? You don't answer your phone anymore. What's going on?
I was busy out here cleaning up the Ranger and getting stuff out of the bed, and cleaning the bed up, and treating the some of the trim stuff up, shining it up. Hi.
Wow, you're back in the Ranger. Uncle Davey brought it back to you?
He's got nowhere. He's got no way to walk around over there with his vehicles and that there.
He's happy, isn't he?
Yeah. He is.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
So where do you think the truck is right now? The Maverick truck that the guy loaded up. What time did the guy load the truck up yesterday morning?
I went by there, I think around 10:30 or 11, and the truck was gone.
Yeah,
You
but
know, the car carrier.
yeah, but I mean, but you loaded it up what, like 8 o'clock or 7:30?
No, it's closer to 8:30.
All right.
8:45.
All right. So where do you think the guy is now? What'd be your guess?
I have no idea. Probably he ought to be up there. I don't know if he drove. You know, he left here. I would guess he left here sometime around 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
At the time he pulled out of the area.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how many hours he was driven yesterday and today. I guess he's got to be somewhere in, near the Virginia line, I would think.
He's in Orlando.
Now?
Yeah.
Why is he in Orlando?
I guess he must be hot dogging around the Maverick truck, picking up sexy ladies.
Well, that is crazy because I got no documents. He did everything on one of these, iPads, one of these handheld iPads.
Yeah.
Everything was done on it. I had to sign 2 or 3 different places, attesting to certain things and all that. And I don't have a piece of paper one. He's got the keys, he's got the registration, he's got everything there in the truck. He could take off from Mexico for all we know, and I think he's from Jamaica. I don't know. It's hard to understand. Did you talk to him?
Yeah, I called him this morning.
Yeah. So I told you he was in Orlando.
Yeah.
Well, he told me that I couldn't really understand him, but I think he was trying to tell me that he probably wouldn't be there today. It might be Friday, but he didn't say anything about going to Orlando.
Yeah.
But he did say something about having to pick up another car.
Yeah, well, that's what he told me.
Okay. Well, it only takes an hour and a half to get from here to Orlando, so I don't know. He's been over there all yesterday afternoon and evening then.
Yeah, but hey,
I don't know.
Well, now, how'd you get the Ranger back to the house? Did David drive it over, or did you go get it?
Well, he and I went up to the boat. He came by and we went up to the boat and that to see what's happening with the boat. As it turns out, the boat repair is being made right now. The repair guy is there right now, but he wasn't there when Dave and I were there this morning. So then when we came back home, I just took David home in the truck. That's what he wanted me to do. And he got his stuff out of the what stuff he had in the Ranger, not much, but what stuff he did have, he got it out. Then I brought it home.
Now, how does that vehicle drive compared to the Maverick?
Well, it's a totally different feel and everything else. I like the Ranger. It's a truck.
Right.
And setting up high,
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, it's a truck. It drives like a truck.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a big difference.
It is a big difference, and you're setting up high too.
Right.
Yeah. I'm happy with the Santa Fe, and it sets a little higher than than most sedans or coupes or four-door cars.
Right.
But the truck really sits up nice. You know, it's not. You don't need a step ladder to get into it or anything, but it sets up nice, and you're sitting up there in that driver's seat. You've got great visibility, and you just feel like you're in control. You know.
Yeah. Plus, it has more power.
Well, it has more power. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Dad.
It's what?
I said it's pretty hard to believe that the Maverick has siphoned off a lot of the Ranger, potential owners. Isn't that hard to believe?
Well, it is for me, and I wonder if they have after they've been in the. Now, I like the Maverick. I wouldn't badmouth it. It's a nice package.
Right.
But to me, it's not a nice pickup truck. It's not a truck.
Right.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, well, it's not. I mean, it's a unibody frame where it feels more like an SUV. It feels more like your Hyundai Santa Fe.
Well, it does. Yeah, it absolutely does. It's quiet, and it has a softer ride.
Yeah. Right.
So,
and that's why I'm really to hear that, like the Ford dealers, what you'll hear from a salesperson's perspective is that the Ford Ranger isn't not as popular because of the Maverick. In fact, what's crazy is the Ford Maverick is so filled up on back orders of orders, but yet the Ford Ranger is available. You go to a dealership, and there's usually a Ford Ranger at the dealership.
Wow.
And think about this, since we loaded up that Maverick to the highest level of all options, that was a $36,995 vehicle, no discount available on it, and then we loaded onto the gap and the maintenance and the wheel and tire and the service and all that stuff. That truck optioned out with taxes at $44,700. Now, in contrast to that Sabre Ranger that I bought in 2019, that vehicle all optioned out and all the goodies and everything else, that vehicle was more money, but not radically more money because they did discount it some. And so it's hard to believe at the end of the day that Sabre Ranger on an amount financed in debt and payment isn't much different from the Maverick.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So get this now. Right now, being that Maverick's such a sought after vehicle, I right now can wholesale it for like $41,000. If I want to try to sell it on my own, I could probably get 44, I could probably get a good 44, 45 grand out of that vehicle. But yet the Ranger truck wholesale value right now is worth 30, and you would probably it would be probably 33 to 35 at best. And of course, it's a used vehicle with, miles on it, but as far as usability goes, that's crazy. The person's going to pay 45 grand for a Maverick, but yet they're going to pay 33 to 35 on a much more versatile, better truck.
Yeah. Well, it's all about perception and individual taste. That's what it's all about. And well, I was going to tell you that the Maverick, and I recorded this, the Maverick has it should have about 272 miles on it.
Yeah.
Because the guy had to bring me home, and then he had to go back. Rig was. So when he put that thing on the rig, it should have been around 272 miles. So I wanted to let you know that because.
No, you're looking. This is funny. This is funny, Dad. You know why this is funny? You're looking at the range to empty on the fuel tank. The truck has 755 miles on it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's 752. You're right. You're exactly right. It's 752. I was looking at the. Yeah. It was 752. That's right. Exactly. Because it was 750 in the driveway, and I told the guy, I said, "You're probably going to put on this thing going back over to where you are and loading it on." So he put that down on the form.
Yeah.
252. Yeah.
Right.
You're right. I got too many numbers in my head. But at any rate, yeah. So I'm just telling you that. So
Yeah, well, I got it on my Ford Pass. My map on my phone, it shows me where the vehicle is and tells me how many miles are on it, how much fuel's in it, when the next oil change is, the tire pressure. So I have that app that I can remotely look at the truck and see what's going on.
well, okay. Good. I thought you did, but I wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to be sure that guy knew that I knew was on it too.
Right.
Left here.
Yeah, so, well, anyway, so I figured I'd give you a jingle and see what we're up to. And so, on the boat side, they're going to go ahead and get it repaired.
Well, supposedly, I just called up there just before I called you.
Yeah.
And Lori told me that I was getting ready to fuss at him. And she said the fiber guys, they're working on it right now.
Yeah.
It's not likely he'll finish today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up there tomorrow. If Dave and I will go up there tomorrow, we'll see what's going on. But I'm going to talk to Jim. I'll tell Jim I feel like we need a break on the storage fee because we haven't been able to use that thing for the better part of a month now.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
of their damage.
Right. Exactly.
But
Yeah.
they don't know how lucky they are. That lift operator came so close to dumping that boat over the side of that cradle.
Uh-huh.
And man, I tell you, it would have been our boat and the boat next to it. Wow, they don't know. Because David and I saw him do it.
Right.
So it's just a miracle that boat didn't get away from him and go over the side.
Hey, have you been watching my YouTube videos?
Yeah, I did.
What do you mean you did? That sounds singular.
Oh, yesterday.
Oh, you mean you haven't watched every video I make?
Oh, no. No. Well, Gary, I think from what I can see of Ice Age videos, I've seen every one of them at some point or other.
Yeah, but you never subscribed.
Yeah.
You didn't subscribe to my channel.
No. The subscribed I did. And the window came up yesterday and it said subscribe.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, no more secrets then.
No more secrets, right?
No more secrets of all the silly things that I do up north, right?
You've got a great gift for gab, Gary. You're as good as that guy, Danny. What's his name? Danny, walking along.
Oh, Dan. Yeah, Dan the man. Yeah. Allegedly. I allegedly guy. Yeah. Well, I don't think so. He has like 300,000 subscribers, and he gets like 67,000 views on one of his videos, and I get like, how many? You can count them. You can count them on your hand. Yeah, whatever. I get it. Yeah. I know. Yeah, but I tell you what. Did I predict a year ago third quarter would be the eye opener? Did I predict that a year ago? Do you remember that?
I do.
I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter is going to be a disaster.
Well, I'll tell you, if they don't slow down, now they're trying to sue DeSantis for
Here we go.
transporting
Politics.
immigrants.
Politics, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is the Fed yesterday said that he's not done. He's not done. They're going to raise the rate another 2 or 3 points.
They might have 2 or 3 more increases. Yes.
Yeah, well, that equates conservative to 2 points.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
You're going to have 9%, 8-9% mortgage rates, if not 10.
Yeah. I know. That's why people are, wake up. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's just incredible. But you know what? I read in the Wall Street Journal this morning as well that all the big ticket houses are crickets. It's crickets on the $1 million McMansion homes. It's all starting to happen where people aren't showing up to buy them.
Yeah. Well, Phil Evans, one of our members, he's a real estate agent. He's a broker. He said it's scary how fast it's drying up.
Really?
How fast people are walking away from contracts. Home builders are canceling homes that were under contract, but the people have backed out now. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought today'd be your day. You drive around Mom and be the chauffeur. I thought that was your daily duties on the weekly agenda.
Well, in about an hour, I'll be taking her to the blood doctor, the hematologist, to get her weekly reading and her injection if she needs it.
Yeah, what's Wild Man Steve?
Yeah.
What's Wild Man Steve doing next door?
Yeah, I haven't talked to Steve in a number of days. They're coming and going all the time, and he was trying to explain to me some kind of a new machine he wants David and I to come and look at that somehow or other removes all the rust on, if you got rust forming on a sheet of metal or a frame of something.
Yeah.
That this machine, he said, at one time he said it was a $500,000 cost. Well, the machine he's got is brand new technology. And he said it's incredible. He says that thing, he didn't understand how it does it, but he says you can take a piece of metal that's got rust all over it and treat it with this machine. However it does it, I don't know whether it's some kind of a magnetic field or something. I don't.
Electrolysis. You think it's electrolysis?
Well, it could be. I don't know. I didn't get he didn't explain how the process works.
Yeah.
But it could be electrolysis. It could be some kind of magnetic field radiation. But he said you can take any kind of sheet of metal frame, metal object, and this machine will just get rid of all that rust. He said the rust just ends up being nothing but dust under,
That's interesting.
So he wants David to come over and see it.
Well, what's he want him to do? Buy it and start using it to, what's the underlying message? There's an underlying message. There's an underlying goal.
Well, the underlying goal for Steve is to find people who might be interested in buying.
Yeah.
But he did say, he said this thing had been around a couple years, but he said when it first came out, it was about $500,000. But
Jeez.
They've peddled quite a few. But he said, but now it's affordable. Now, I don't know what that means. Is it 200,000, 300,000?
Yeah, affordable. Yeah. Affordable to him. The guy that goes and plays casinos and probably spends $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in one night.
I said, why do you want David to see it? He said, I just think he'd be interested in seeing it. I didn't say anything more.
Yeah. It's all said and done. You'll be signing a piece of paper for a $100,000 note. I can see how this all plays out. It'll be beautiful. Hey, who's playing tonight? Oh, hey, last week you probably didn't watch Thursday Night Football, did you?
No, because Jeff Bezos is controlling it.
You probably got on your TV and couldn't find it.
I did. I was looking all over the TV. I was.
But you know where you can play it, Dad, you can watch that on that smart TV I bought you. Did you know that?
No, but no.
Yeah. So listen to me. Mom and you belong to Amazon Prime, right?
No.
Yeah, you do. Mom belongs to Amazon Prime.
I think she goes on Leah's account.
Well, okay. You can go onto the smart hub on the smart TV. Do you remember how to do that?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Well,
what am I looking for?
You're looking for Amazon. When you see the Amazon little app thing on that screen, like the YouTube TV, icon, if you go to that and you log into Amazon Prime with Leah's account, you'll have access to watch that game tonight on Amazon Prime.
I thought that must be the case.
Yeah, so I watched it. I can watch that because I have Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So
well, I don't.
You ought to go this afternoon before it gets too late in the day. Open up that smart TV hub and go to Amazon and see if you can sign in with Leah's account number, and you'll have the Amazon Prime capability to watch that tonight.
Well, that's good. But I don't even know who's playing tonight.
Well, be good to get set up. No, I don't know, but I'm just saying. I was laughing last week to myself that you were probably searching high in hell all over the TV network to find the Thursday Night Football, and you couldn't find it.
Well, I couldn't, and Julia sent me a text, and she said, "I know you're not watching football because Dad's mad at Bezos or something like that," and that's when I had a clue.
He said what?
So I Googled.
She said what?
She said, "I know you're not watching football, and that Dad is mad at Bezos or something." Something
at
like
Bezos.
That.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And that's when I Googled, what's going on with Thursday Night Football. And then there was that little article that talked about Jeff Bezos, buying up the rights for that or something or other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He and his beautiful girlfriend wife were hanging out with Roger Goodell. So Amazon Prime, of course, they had to give Jeff Bezos the highlight for the evening. So it showed Jeff Bezos and his beautiful brunette girlfriend, now wife, who gets the next billion dollar payout eventually, with Roger Goodell. And Roger Goodell, he had a total look in his face, like a look to Jeff Bezos, like, leave me alone. It was kind of weird. I mean, he really did. He kind of had this look. Jeff was trying to buddy up with him, and Rogers had this total look in his face, like, hey, buddy, you're no freaking football guy, but whatever. I don't know. It was kind of weird. Kind of shameful, if you ask me.
Well, I imagine there's a lot of people that are pissed off about it.
Yeah, good old Jeff. I'm surprised that Elon hasn't bought up the football network, but now with his new Starlink satellite service, where he's going to dominate his own internet and TV and everything else, I'm sure that's next.
Yeah, I was just looking at the schedule here. It looks like it's Kansas City. Is that right? Kansas City and Cleveland?
No, that was last week's game.
Well, it's showing Thursday, September 23rd.
Really? I thought that.
Or 22nd, 23rd. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, today, Dad, it's today, the 22nd.
Yeah, the 22nd.
Yeah, so it is? Okay, I thought for some reason, I guess...
Oh, wait, is that... Well, I'm having trouble reading this dim light print. So it's Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Yeah. Pittsburgh and Cleveland are on.
Oh, that should be a good game.
Yeah, it should. Cleveland's not a walkover anymore.
Right.
Yeah, too bad it's not on standard TV.
Well, those days are gone. You know why? I mean, come on, what's happened? We know that the NFL has irked so many people, they've lost a third of their base, if not more.
Yeah, well, they're going to lose me.
Yeah, well, I heard that many times. Yeah. Well, anyways, what you ought to do, Dad, this afternoon, you better skittle-scattle over that TV and get that Amazon popped up and call your daughter and get the code.
Yeah. Yeah, you mean the account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know how to push the right buttons and do that stuff.
Well, I'll figure it out.
Well, before it's all said, you'll be saying SOB.
Well, that could be, things could be worse.
Yeah, you'll be in front of that TV pushing that little handheld device, you know, son of a B. And then the whole TV go blank. And forget it. Yeah. You'll just throw the remote down and go out, and you'll go out in the garage and grab a beer and put the tailgate down, the Ford Ranger, and life will be good.
There you go.
You can talk to the beer can. You can have your daily meditation with a beer can.
There you go. Then everything's all right.
Then everything will be just all right.
Life is great. I got my Ranger in the garage, and I got my Coors Light.
There you go.
Life is good.
All.
They're fixing my boat.
Yep, all in good grace from your younger son that tried to help you out in this lifetime.
All right. Then
Right, and no good deed goes unpunished, right?
Never. Never. Make every crisis count.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? All right, well, I'm getting ready to go to Sam's Club and buy more food and buy more gas and spend more money and do the American thing and support others.
Jeez, I thought sure you'd be in a car dealership this afternoon.
Yeah, you don't want to know the next story video you're going to see. Yeah, you'll see. Yeah, you'll see another video populating.
Okay, I'll wait and see, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah. It just doesn't end.
You can't stop buying cars, trading cars, whatever, to keep your ICE TV.
Yeah, right. That's what the wife says. It's like,
you need about
yeah.
motorcycles.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the wife says. Like, you just borrow stuff for your Ice Age YouTube channel. Yeah, I tell people, if I quit buying cars and things, what's my channel anymore, right? I'm dead in the water. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know it.
Has anybody figured it out yet? I mean, even though years ago I never bought cars or anything, right?
Right, yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like,
all right there, popcorn. I'm going to get out of the car here and get some gas and spend some money. So we'll be, I'll keep you informed of the Maverick adventures, okay? Did I lose you? Hello? Did you drop your phone? Did you drop the mic? I think I lost him. Wow. All right. Here we're at the 348, 378. So we're at 378 fuel. I predict by the end of the year, it'll be 325 on premium. And we shall see, right? Am I right? One thing I've learned when you drive on these big vehicles, the smartest thing you can do is fill it up when it doesn't need to be filled all the way up. That way you're not freaking out. Yeah. Right, see there, $49 instead of $149. That's why 13 gallons instead of buying 30 gallons. Yeah, that adds up. Yikes. All right, just getting out of Sam's Club, and $190 bill here for 24 items. So, not too shabby. I honestly believe that this $190 bill at Costco would be $225, $230. I mean, I think it would be at least $20 to $30 more at least. I mean, it just seems like I go to Costco, you can't get out of there without spending, you know. I called it the 300 Club years ago. Now I call it the 500 Club. You know, meaning you go in there years ago, you couldn't get out of there without spending $300. Now it's hard to get out of there without spending $500. So I think Sam's has the better deals, because they let you buy things in singular packs instead of having to buy double packs. So I just think it's a better, you know. But the thing is, I understand Sam's Clubs aren't dominant everywhere, and Costco's aren't dominant everywhere. So for some people, they don't really have the option. But I know one thing: if you have a Sam's Club and a Costco nearby, and I don't disagree, Costco, you know, does have some really good stuff. So, you know, it's debatable on that. And so, you know, once again, but for me, I think Sam's Club's a better deal. You just saw the bill. And for me, oh well, I tried to help these people out, but it's not happening. So I'm just going to move on. Just trying to be diplomatic. You know, being nice these days is challenging. I mean, you know, more than ever, you know, try to be nice. Why can't we go back to the good old days where, you know, you respect others? I mean, it's so easy to be nasty. I mean, I've told my daughter that and other people all the time. It's so easy to be just a jerk. It's much more difficult to suck it up, buttercup. Yeah, suck it up, buttercup. That's what my brother would say. That was the saying last summer. Suck it up, buttercup. That's what he'd say to my daughter. So, you know, being nice is more challenging than being mean. That is. Yeah, so Sam's Club. But, oh, here we go. So the John Deere dealer just called me. They got a done deal if I want it. Yeah. You know, I mean, even though individuals watch me and you're not me and I get all that, but for me, you know, I've got mixed feelings. I mean, meaning, yeah, you know, you live in the future. You have no idea how many people I've seen live in the future, that they're going to buy their beautiful dream home and they're going to do this and do that. And I mean, and in the end, it turns out to be a disaster. Yeah, I mean, I know, you know, but for me, you know, it's assets. I mean, the thing about today more than ever, if you own a nice car, and don't get me wrong, if you paid a bloody fortune for it and whatever, you didn't budget your money correctly and didn't buy the right vehicle, yeah, you can have yourself a problem. And you know what? Well, it's interesting that I do say that, because the salesman here at the John Deere dealer, really nice older gentleman, and he replaced one of the former owners. So one of the gentlemen I used to work with, his wife was part of the family of the John Deere owned the dealership. He married into the family. But the new gentleman here that took his place, his other gentleman retired, moved to Kentucky. The new gentleman, really good guy, and he's a car sales guy. I mean, that's what he did his whole life, car sales. You know, even to point the dealerships up in where I know of, back in the years he was there, I didn't really know he was there. But so he claims that his good friend of his, who owns Highline auto dealerships, they're seeing repos on the Highline people. Yeah, this is what he just told me. I was at the dealership there earlier this morning, is that his friend is sharing information, and so the message is the Highline people that are buying the expensive cars, they're the first right now defaulting on their cars, and he's picking up repos left and right. And actually the guy's making out like a bandit because he's picking up repossessed Highline expensive cars for really great deals, and then you get the next guy in line that's not in financial dire straits that's getting the deal on the high-end used car. It's happening. The media is so dangerous. The media is not going to share with you. Sadly, this media is so one-sided. I mean, I'm not going to turn this into a political channel, but I'm going to tell you this. This media loves this administration. And here's the thing. If you're an individual that loves this administration and you love the higher prices and once again, I'm not going to call out this administration 100% for all the problems. I'm not that idiotic. I'm not that stupid. But I will tell you this media machine does not critique as much of the sitting powers in our country right now, of all the craziness that's going on. They don't. So the message to you is, if you think the media machine's your buddy, it's not your buddy, because right now around us, the hardships are starting to happen. And more than ever in the last 10 years, economic troubles are ahead of us. And sadly, for those that aren't prepared for this, you're in very challenging times. And I'm not here embellishing on me. I'm not here wishing harm on anybody. And I'm not here going to take sides with one political party with another political party. But all I can tell you is the media machine is not disclosing what's going on in this country. They're not telling you. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to raise the flag and forewarn you that you thinking everything's beautiful and don't worry about inflation and don't worry about everything's expensive. Yeah, okay, well, all right. And they prove me wrong. I mean, hey, prove me wrong. I love that. I mean, I have no problem being wrong. Have I been wrong before? I have. So back to the John Deere dealership. Yeah, so for me, here's the equation. Yeah, if I'm smart, sit it out, cash is king, you'll be picking up a John Deere used Gator utility vehicle in a near future. Or will I? I don't know. I just talked to my buddy at the Honda dealership, and you heard him. It still isn't just like a flood of used vehicles around, but I don't think they will. It's going to be next year. So yeah, so I set it out until next year. I could. But me at the same time, the way I am, kind of set things up. I have an obligation to start paying for something. I can just pay it. And I know people look at me and, I know the car thing. I get it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, just keep one car and pay it off and be done. Yeah, what fun would that be? I mean, come on. Then what would I be posting, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, just don't post anything then. Yeah, there you go. Right. So here's a guy, this is what's, he just doesn't want to go the speed. He doesn't want to go fast. So his position right now is I am going above the speed limit and, suck it up, buttercup. I'm not moving over. I'm not going to move over. That's his position. So he's like, okay, well, whatever. So let me slow down. Let me speed up. And what his thoughts are, and I get all this, his thoughts are, it's 55 mile speed limit. He's over speed limit. So he is, by all means, no, he's so wrong. He has to move over. He has to move over, but he won't do it. He's not going to do it. He doesn't understand the laws. And I argued with my defensive driver. And so now if I want to go around him, he's going to force me to go to the stupid speeds. And there's a police officer up there. So I can kind of maybe understand his thoughts process is, I don't want to go by the cop. I get all that. But now I have a guy behind me that's going to try to make a maneuver to get around him. So yeah, but he's going to tighten it up. We all know the little game here. Who hasn't witnessed these? It's just incredible. Just move over. Move over. I don't care what you want to do, right? So anyways, here apparently it's the XUV 835M. So when I get back in, I've got my groceries in, I'm going to do a little research and kind of find out more of what's going on. What is the machine? What's the reviews? Blah, blah, blah. It's a John Deere. I feel very confident. It's, it's a good unit. I mean, is John Deere really building all of it? That's the other thing. Like I asked him, whose motor is it? And sincerely, he was like, I don't know. But the motor sounds really good in that thing. I'm talking to everybody without even seeing what the heck this thing is. So, I get it. So I should have taken a picture of it. Yeah. Do I go back down later and check it out? Do I take the kid with me tomorrow morning? She's off school. Do I make it the adventure of Friday morning, go into the John Deere dealer? What do I do? Do I just tell the guy, forget it, I don't want it? I walked into another deal, the utility vehicle gods, is that what we call it? Yeah, right. So yes, here we are. So it's everybody. So I got people behind me who want to go by me. So this guy here, he's adamant. His total attitude is, I don't care. Got a guy over here checking me out, saying, hey, what's with the bullhorns, right? So yeah, so we want to go by him now. So the guy's now like, well, whatever. The road rage, right? Road rage. So now he's picking the speed back up. There you go. Yep, maneuver. But it's interesting. I see a lot of these guys do this. And at the last second, he's going to blast right. Will he do that or won't he? Okay, here we go. He's throwing his cigarette butt out. Might I being the jerk? Probably. Oh my gosh! So he just jammed his brakes on. I mean, he literally just jammed his brakes on. For what reason? I have no idea. I mean, but for the record, keeping my distance from this guy. I'm out riding on his bumper. Whatever. But this is what you deal with. Everybody knows, drives cars. Here he goes. Look. So here he goes. So his goal was probably to be that far right-hand lane. So, like, now he's going to speed up. So, look, he's speeding up now. Yep, there he goes. There he goes. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I get it. All right, back to the good stuff, right? You know, every now and then a cop will sit up the road here and will get a guy like me that's having to kind of speed up now to get around all the slow pokes. Yeah, I mean, some of the guys sit right here in that median. And this is a 45-mile-an-hour area through here, so it's a reckless. Very quickly. Yeah, right. Let's quit talking about damn cars. Get back to the conversations here. So what are you going to do, right? So I'm not even going to understand. What are you going to do? Are you going to buy the damn thing or not? Quit yakking and just tell us what the hell you're going to do, right? Well, that wouldn't make the adventure any fun then. It's all about the adventure, right? I mean, sincerely, isn't it about the adventure? Hey, beautiful day up here. Wow, it's going back to 80 degrees. I frickin', you know, earlier changed out my shirt because it's getting too damn cold. All right. Yeah. Here we go. You know, cutting over. Now it's already up here. It's 3 o'clock and already the fight to get back in has begun. Yes. But, you know, I used to always go to Costco. So in all reality, I used to always come back in and go to the Costco right up here, but I'm so sick of it. It's incredible how I used to, I'm sick of the routine. I want to change the routine. Does anybody else want to change the routine? Yeah. All right.